basically have gone away from using any type of equipment that I would try to use in the past because it wouldn't give you that full range. You would have to change machines to complete a full throw. There's a point of resistance that comes off at a certain point during the throw or during the swing. So I'm not using anything anymore. I might use some pulley systems here and there, but not even on weights, it's mostly bungees. But in reality, my job has become a lot easier, and the students have learned a lot quicker. So helpful to us because it also creates a muscle memory in their head of what it feels like, and then they can go home and actually replicate that, and we can get that feeling within minutes. It's really changed the way I train. I don't even pick up a medicine ball anymore. I rarely pick up a bungee cord. I strictly just spend half of my lesson on Proteus and then come into the cages or the mound and then try to implement whatever we were feeling on the machine over to live work. You stand right there on that machine and you get any type of exercise out of it, where you're trying to do triceps and biceps, where you're trying to do slam a medicine ball. This replicates everything. So I have spent no time walking around the facility anymore and spend most of my time facing Proteus. We do start off with quick dynamic stretching, maybe a couple of warm-ups on the rubber bands, but then we usually just head right over to Proteus. That's all my students are already almost meeting me over there now, knowing that that's what we're going to be doing first. We run through a couple of core exercises, dynamic movements, really looking to explode on just the trunk rotation. And then after that, we go into more specific movements, like if it was a hitter, more about hip to shoulder separation, actually showing the swing, being able to read the path of the swing on the 3D analysis. If it was a pitcher, then we would go through some throwing motions. If I find a weakness somewhere in that delivery, whether it be a swing or a pitch, we focus on that small point of weakness. So if it's out in front of him, right about where he's going to deliver the pitch, and he's weak there, we don't even mess with the rest of the motion. We just go right to that spot and hit that spot. So we're able to break down the whole delivery, but in also sections, and be able to strengthen yourself in those motions. But we do a lot of stuff really slow. A lot of exercises really slow, where we add a lot of weight so they have to engage those core muscles, because if not, you're not going to move that arm. It's something that it's almost like a video game where they can understand it and they engage with it a lot more, instead of just you trying to tell them But when you spend about an hour trying to feel that in the past, sometimes you wouldn't even get it before they went home. We do start doing a lot of 3D analysis of letting them understand that they are the center and that everything travels around them. So when they feel like they have done it correctly and then look at the 3D analysis and they see that the dot is moving away from their body when it could be a lot tighter, they understand that there's different ways now to be able to get that dot closer to their body, which is speed to the ball. So it's learning how to be short to the pitch and then long through your extension. So it's like, short to it, long through it. And in the past with most of my athletes, it's just been a centrifugal force just taking over every motion that they've ever made. So to be able to get that 3D analysis into a hitter's mind and understand what that really looks like from all views, from a top view, from a back view, from facing them, is something that they are more, what am I trying to say? Just because we don't have to spend 20 minutes of that day going to a different machine. Let's go to this side of the center. Let's go to this side of the center, and waiting for somebody else to be done with that machine so that you can jump into it. It's just you sit there and it's getting around. The word's getting around that this guy has a machine. You guys are creating secrets.